Yo, can y'all hear me? Hey, what up? Can you help me with this problem? Shut up, Zackrawrr. I'm not gonna read your fucking bullshit. I'm about to get a legendary in this next chest. I can just feel it. It's gonna be good. Fuck, dude, it's so early. Yeah, I know. I know it's early. Zach, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm chilling. Been fucking around pretty much all day, chilling with the boys, having fun, doing the usual stuff. Is this game bigger on the map than World of Warcraft? No, WoW's like way bigger than this game. Like even classic WoW is way bigger than this game. Like New World is like, it's not like it's a small game, but well it is if you take out all the duping. I mean, you know, there's not a whole lot in it, but outside of that I would say it's pretty good. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you guys. No mounts equals big map. Yeah, true. I miss WoW days. I'm gonna return soon with Final Fantasy visuals and New World Grindfest. To me, it's like the reason why I haven't really gone back and played WoW a lot is because I haven't really, I mean, like, it sounds silly, right? But I haven't really wanted to. It's just that fucking simple, man. Like, I just didn't want to deal with the shit, and I just didn't want to have to, it's like there's so many, like, I want to play WoW, but, like, I can't just go in and play WoW. Like, I have to go, and that's a good one. I have to go and worry about a lot of other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'll play WoW again pretty soon, I think. Like, I've actually thought a lot about playing WoW recently. It's just that I wish I didn't have to do with, like, renown, and I didn't have to deal with, like, covenants, or, conduits. I wish I just didn't have to deal with any of that stuff, you know what I mean? And I could just play what I wanted to play, and that's it. Like, a good thing about TBC, for example, is, or Classic, is you get the gear, you do the damage, it is what it is. So yeah. Why you give me exposure to a predatory game? What's predatory about New World? Well, I don't get it. I feel like New World is like one of the least predatory games in general. People are hyped about 10.0. Why would you be hyped about something you don't even know what it is? It's like, man, we got a 5-course meal in this restaurant, and the first 4 courses, the first one was a dead rat, the second one was a dead cat, the third one was a piece of dog shit, and then the fourth one, the waiter actually just literally got on the table and shit on my plate. So I'm pretty sure the 5th plate is gonna be, you know, a tomahawk Wagyu steak, right? Yeah, I don't think so, man. I've got a pretty good feeling that's not what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not gonna fucking happen. Like, obviously, I hope it's gonna be good, but I'm not gonna sit around and fucking act like it will be. You know what I mean? Europeans got fucked last night. Steam won't even allow a refund for this dog shit game. The thing is that, I don't know about that. I think that the game is worth the money, but it's not worth a lot more than the money. That's about it. We were supposed to learn about the new expansion would be about now. When do you think they'll announce it? I don't know, probably after 9.2 comes out. Yeah. A very honest review of the game. Well, if the devs watched it with their pens and paper. The thing is, with this game, I don't know. I mean, I've said everything that there is to say in this game. I've said so much about this fucking game, man. Shit, I got my $40 in the beta. Game ain't terrible. Yeah, that's the thing. That's how I feel about it. It's like, the game has a lot of problems, but I got my money's worth. Cool, I made that helmet. This one? Cool. Next time you make a helmet, make it dyeable, okay? Let's get that done, okay? I want dyeable helmets. Okay. And now I'm just gonna fucking... Come on, let me play my character. Oh my god, what are these knockbacks? Okay. Come on, you're gonna die. You know you're gonna die. Fuck out of here. Did you say literally everything about New World? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I just talked about it so much, bro. Like, I don't know even really if I want to that much. No subscription to? Yeah, I know. Opinion on a new mount in Pet Forge in 9.2. Looks like many mounts could be created by it. Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. I think it's a cool idea. But I didn't really look into it a whole lot. It's just like a impression that I have. I like the idea of it though. It sounds cool. The sub is nice. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, again, like New World is like I've been probably the most critical of anybody out of New World, but I do think it's a good game overall. Or it has like that. Okay, all right. Let's rewind a little bit here. It is a game. It has a lot of potential. I think it can grow into a good game. And we're just beta testing it right now. Flamethrower go burn? Yeah, flamethrower is fucking insane. Does anybody have a Genesis or a Lazarus key? Because I would love to run one of the dungeons. I haven't done a dungeon for a while. Games like No Man's Sky needs a ton of patches, but in a couple of years it'll be goated. The problem is like people's impressions are still the same, right? Like first impressions matter a lot. After we are the beta testers, yep, there it is. Burger looking ironically great. Good job, dude. I mean, whenever it comes to cooking meat, I mean that's my specialty. You know what I mean? Playing at this point because you're having fun, or because you don't have anything else to do? Am I playing because I'm having fun, or because I don't have anything else to do? Primarily because I don't have anything. Yeah, both. I think that's probably realistically the answer. But there's a big part of it, it's because I have nothing else to do. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a big reason. Like, I was gonna do, like, one of the Warring Triad extremes today. I don't know if I will, since it's already kind of late. I got on pretty late today. But if it's not, like, maybe 4:30 or something, I can maybe do it then. The many recent interviews announcements did not include Ian. Could that mean that they want to shine light on other devs, or what could it mean? I think that the truth is that probably it doesn't mean anything. I would assume probably doesn't mean anything. Did you see Twitch Rewind? No, I didn't. Do some omnicrypting and definitely some fishing. I just don't really, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I just kind of have set myself up to just, like, expect to not like the Final Fantasy Gathering. But like, I don't really even know why I think that. I just have that impression. You know what I mean? At least like that's what I think. And Phil, about whenever you're gonna go back to mainstream? Probably not for a while. When we stream with McConnell again, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. In-game crafting is fun. Yeah, maybe it is. Stack deck for 18k, it's 7k on my server. I think that... what do you call it? Oh, fuck. On my server, like, oh, some guy gave me 75,000 gold. He was like, I'm quitting the game. I'm going to give you my gold. And I'm like, okay. And I thought he was going to give me like 2 or 3k. And he gave me 5k. That was fucking awesome. Do you make money off the channel? No. I just make money off my YouTube. That's about it. You like the new world update? Nah, the thing is, the game is, it's like there are, like, didn't New World do like a patch recently? Into the Void? No, I mean like a patch in like the last two or 3 days to fix like bugs and stuff. Yeah. Like, what really makes me mad is the fact that the patch... So there's 2 major bugs that impede player progress right now. One major bug is a bug in how quickly you can obtain motes. Because motes... you can't get any more quintessences from skinning the dryads, the dryad wolves. And you also can't get the motes either. So like they basically took the rewards out of the game, and they haven't replaced them at all. So then also they made it to where what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the elite chests don't give you as much stuff. So it's like, how the fuck do you do a patch, but you don't fix 2 of the main things that slow players down? You see what I mean? Elite chests are fixed. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Thank you. That's good. I guess I'll go do a chest run then. Fuck yeah. Okay. Let me go do that. Sounds good to me. But isn't furniture still like completely bugged? Like you can't trade furniture still? It is, yeah. Man, I'm just so tired of this shit. Like, I really am. Like, that's actually a pretty good shield. Like, I think that what really makes me the most mad is the fact that I feel like they're making the changes and they're withholding changes intentionally to, like, slow people down. And it's like it's just happened conveniently that many times that I actually, like, unironically think that's what's happening. I guess I should hold on to that one. Lock that one. Okay, nice. Does anybody want to come over here? That's where I need to go. They 100% are. Yeah, well, it's like it's not even artificial time gating. It is intentionally making the game dysfunctional in order to extend gameplay. Like, artificial time gating is like, okay, the new raid doesn't come out for 2 weeks. This is like, we are intentionally releasing a system and it's broken to make you play the game longer. That's some conspiracy shit. Haha, no shot. Bro, how many times does a duck have to quack for you to say that it's a duck? How many quacks do you need to hear? There's been a whole lot of quacking, man. 3 quacks? Well, what about like 50? Because I think that's where we're at. Where's everybody else? Is there nobody here? Fuck. Okay, let me leave. Just gonna get the fuck out of here. Move. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just wait out here for more people. Give me a few minutes and I'll be good to go. Why would you leave? You can solo this? Getting the elite chest solo is annoying. And, like, I don't think I can. I think I'll fuck up. I just don't think it means the intentional screwing things up. Pretty stupid for any company to do that. I actually, like, unironically think that they are intentionally messing the game up in order to artificially extend the game time. I legitimately think this is happening because of how many times it's happened. Like, I'm sorry, but like, it's happened so many times that I cannot anymore think to myself, this is not happening. There's no sub. How are they getting money from that? Simple. They're stringing people along longer, so they have more lead time, so players don't hit the plateau in the game and leave the game. And the reason why they don't want players to leave the game is so they can keep them attracted and playing long enough to bring out more microtransactions and more larger content patches that will hopefully appeal to them later on. So, like, they're saying, like, it's kind of, yeah, it's in the bigger, yeah, you see what players have already left, man? Yeah, but there would have been even more that left if they didn't do it. I think that these systems have caused people, like, imagine if people were already getting 600 legendary gear in, like, the second week of the game. You don't get more players to stick around just by pissing them off? You do if they don't think that's what you're trying to do. It's kind of like, you know, like, for example, like, streamers will like, hold out and, like, not make an announcement until, like, at the end of their stream or something like that sometimes, in order to, like, keep people lured in and keep them anticipating it. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of examples of, like, the same shit happening. When are you gonna change the tabard for Bobby's World? I will soon. Legendaries are pretty cheap to buy in the marketplace. Yeah, but they would have been even cheaper if people had been playing earlier. I feel like nobody's here. And if nobody's here, I can't do the chess. Thoughts on Season of Mastery and WoW? Honestly, man, I feel like Season of Mastery is just Season of Misery. I want to play it, but I just don't want to play it with only 40% quest experience. Like, it's just not enough. That's all there is to it. Like, it's just, there's not enough for me to want to get to 60. Because I want to raid, like, the Season of Mastery raids. I think it could be fun. But the other thing is, like, I don't want to do, like, at this point, I don't want to play a game that I have to do a lot of maintenance for. Like, I want to just, like, get in and play the game. I don't want to think about farming. I don't want to think about time investment. I don't want to think about any of that. I just want to get in, pop off, get out, and that's it. And that's all I want to do. So anything that gets in the way of that is going to frustrate me. Why you play MMOs? Well, because they're not like that. You know, and like farming chests is like, this is a, okay, I'm gonna just fucking do another chest run because obviously nobody's here. And I don't want to try to run these chests on my own. It's just gonna be a huge pain in the dick. Okay. The fuck? There we go. Alright, we're good. Any interest on playing Pokemon Remake? No, not really. Did you finish the Heaven's Ward raids? No, I probably should go do one of those. Maybe I'll do like half of a chest run and then maybe go do like one of the Heaven's Ward raids. Because I have wanted to do that. Because like, I wish we could do like a dungeon or something. I'd love to do a dungeon, but like nobody ever has keys or wants to use keys. You son Techie, any thoughts on trying Genshin? Yeah, I might try Genshin Impact. We'll see what happens. Jester 5's newest video, talk about valuing time investment in MMOs. Yeah, no, I usually don't watch YouTube videos that are commentary like that unless I'm watching them on stream because I want to save them for like mainstream content. Go PvP on and have some fun outside Everfall and Windsward. I'm not going to have any fun playing PvP, man. Like, I'm a streamer, I just went live, I've already got 4,000 viewers, there's going to be at least like 10 people on the other factions that are going to try to kill me. I mean, at least 3. Like, I don't want a 3v1. It's not fun for me. If people die things, as they usually make stuff look like ass. Oh, like yeah, but people can look like ass if they want to. Do you PvP off stream at all? No, because people are gonna recognize my name. It's the same as like whenever I play WoW. Like I'll have like off stream. Like this is like totally off stream on just like my warrior, right? It's Asmongold's the name. So like people are gonna notice. And like even characters that have like phonetics of my name. Like Asmongold, like Asmongold, ASS-Mongold, right? There's like a ton of people that will like just run after me like zombies in Battlegrounds. Like they will ignore all objectives, they will ignore their own health, they will do anything to attack my character or to hit my character. And I'm gonna be honest, that's not fun. Like it makes me not want to play BGs. It kind of ruined it for me. Just for a few minutes. I don't want to do it. Like, it's not going to happen, period. A soft Zackrawrr? Yeah. Scream sniping is just shitty behavior. Yeah, and like also, like I'm not super good at video games. You know, I'm okay, right? But I'm not like really good at video games. And so it makes it worse. People begging you to PP are probably the opposing faction. Yeah, no doubt. Maybe use another name then. Thing is, like, I just don't want to do it. Like, at a certain point, like, whenever you have to jump through all these hoops in order to just play the game like a normal person, it's just not fun anymore. It's a waste of my fucking time. I don't want to do it. Actually a god gamer? No, I'm to me, like, I feel like I'm a little bit below average in video games. Like, maybe, I don't know, like a 5, or 4, like 4.5 to 5 in most games. Like, the reason why I excel in games is that I'm very efficient and I can know a lot of things, so I will always take like the best strategy to achieve a goal. So because I'm using the best strategies and I'm extremely efficient with those strategies, that moves it up to like an 8 or like a 9. But realistically, I'm like a 4 or 5. You see what I'm saying? You don't know how bad average is. I don't know. I mean, I played a lot of games off stream and everything. Like, just overall, I think that's about where I'm at. 99 logs in WAD and fucking WAD. Oh yeah, I mean, but like a lot of like World of Warcraft, like parsing logs, it doesn't really mean you're a good player, right? I mean, like if somebody has, like, I've gotten rank 1 parses in WoW, and like also WoW is my main game. So like I'm better at WoW than I am at other games, for sure. Saying your reaction speeds put you at 5 to 10? Yeah, I have pretty bad reaction speeds, pretty bad just like general dexterity, and that kind of stuff. That's a pretty big weakness of mine. Am I excited for 9.2? I mean, why would I be? Like, I mean, obviously, I'm excited for a new WoW patch because it's like new content and it'll be cool, I guess. But like, am I excited because it's 9.2? Not really. That's what I would say. Matt Weave WoW, forever amazed. Well, the thing is, I like playing WoW, and as I said, I think people have always tried to make me, my participation in a video game into like way more than like really what it is in my mind. Where it's like, to me, I just play the game. It's like, I feel like playing this game today. I'm gonna play this game, or not. And then people like turned it into like a you know, a life statement, which to me is like not really what I meant it as. I wonder how much this would do to the flame guy. Really doesn't do shit for damage, honestly. Actually, I mean, I don't know. I think this is actually kind of good. It does do a lot. Try Hardcore Classic. Just give it a chance. Wasn't supposed to play it. Just feels like a different world. Really enjoyed playing it these few days. Why would I want to play an MMO with a bunch of restrictions that make it to where I can't play it like an MMO? Like, that seems like no fun at all to me, man. I'm gonna be honest, like it just seems super fucking lame. As I said, I think that the only reason why people play hardcore in Classic WoW is because there's literally nothing else that will engage an audience. Like, I would rather watch, like, I would want to watch a hardcore stream maybe more than like a leveling stream, all other things equal, because it just makes it more interesting. But like, I mean, it's not really that much more. Got him. Oh, it gets better after Codex fired? I mean, I think that it could, but there's no real guarantee that'll happen. Oh, what the fuck? Get out of here. A lot of things I think are lame as well. What about you? Community does some form of hardcore where it's team and dungeons. Only rule is don't die. I would play that 100%. But like, that already exists though. It's just you play with the Soul of Iron buff. Like, I just... Like, I don't... you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, you know how like Bethesda keeps releasing Skyrim? They just keep doing it. It's like a new year, new Skyrim. And I feel kind of the same with Classic WoW. Is that they're just releasing, like, content creators are just releasing the same stuff over and over and over. Exactly, so boring. Yeah, and I think the viewership numbers reflect that. I think the viewership for like Season of Mastery is pretty much just the same as what it was before Season of Mastery. That's about it. I mean, they're dying. Re-releasing their best game is the only way at the moment. Yeah, but I would just hope that they'd re-release it in the best way possible. Apparently that didn't happen. Season Mastery, great idea in general. The concept of Season Mastery is a really great idea. However, the way that Season of Mastery is implemented is not. So, like, for example, Season of Mastery not having any real leveling changes other than, like, all of the changes that I think Blizzard has made with Season of Mastery have been pretty good. Like the hardcore mode and the hardcore mode or Iron Man mode, the way that souls are stuck on the ground after their what do you call it? After the players die. I think that's really cool. And I like the idea of like increasing the difficulty of the raid mechanics. Like, it's not that Blizzard is making bad decisions for Classic WoW. It's that they're not making enough changes. They're afraid to make any big changes that would make Season of Mastery super fun. Which is weird because, like, if it's a seasonal thing, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they do this, RuneScape does this with Pathfinder. I think that was like one of the leagues that like we got sponsored to play, and that was fine. Like, that shit was so fast to grind in. It was insane. Raid boss be easier with debuff limits? I think it's going to be probably harder. Like, it's going to be overall harder if I had to guess. God's bitch ass. Yeah, it'll be like a net difficulty increase, but it won't be as huge as people might believe it is. They don't want to get too far away from what Classic was back in the day, unless you're talking about player boosts and bots. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, well, we don't want to change what Classic was, so all we're going to add in is a boost. Yeah, you're right. Have you seen what happened at Faralina and TBC? It's unplayable at 25% Alliance, 75% Horde. Actually, no. I have not seen that. I have not really logged on to Classic WoW ever since the release of Tier 5. And that was about it. There's no real reason for me to log on. You have an idea, make ret viable, for instance? Yeah, I mean, like, they should, like, for example, they should give Moonkins more mana back on, like, crits, or, like, on some form of spellcast, or, like, reduce mana costs. Give ret Crusader Strike, you know, a handful of other things, too. And it will make the game a lot better. Give me the perpy boys. He's not gonna hit me. He won't hit me. He won't. He won't. Bitch. I thought. Tired people jumping on the salty WoW train. If you don't like it, just don't play it. Simple logic. I mean, is that really what you would want people to do? Because like if people that didn't like WoW didn't play WoW, nobody would play WoW. I think the only people that like, there are some people that like are having fun in the game, and like that's great. But I think a lot of people that have fun in the game despite the problems with it, not necessarily because they like the state of the game. You know, they play with a good group of friends that they like or something like that. It's not like they're like super excited about it. Biologic New World, oh wait. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm saying, is like, well, New World has the same problems. You're not wrong. Can I hit him here? It seems as though I can't. You enjoy the gameplay of New World more right now? No, but it's like a good thing that I can log on and do late at night, and I can just relax. I think that's a big reason why I enjoy playing the game, is that it's like a super brain dead game that I can play whenever I'm just like late at night and I kind of want to do something else. Holy fuck, like where are these guys coming from? Like this is crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of things with this game, I've said before, right? I mean, that are just like, they're so bad. Like the aggro in this game is just, like I don't even know like what's happening. Like somebody will run past me with aggro, and then the mob will just stop chasing them and then turn around and attack me. Like, why is this happening? Like, what did I do? Took shooters? Yeah, I still need to play the new Halo. Why at this point do you think content creators haven't hired, developers haven't hired content creators as consultants to help, since beta complaints tend to be overlooked? I don't think that they necessarily need to hire content creators. Like, I don't think that they should hire content creators because they're content creators. Like, I think there's a lot of content creators that are popular because they have good ideas. Because this would make sense, right? That if somebody has a lot of good ideas for gaming, and they talk about them a lot, that the good idea... that the good ideas... It's like... Why? Why am I being attacked whenever he was the one that aggroed them? Oh, no no, wait, what? No pick? Wait, why don't I have a pick? Oh. Okay, there we go. Let's go, bro. We don't need to wait for him to do that. Kira, TLP, Joshua, running minds when it comes to games. Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Is like, I do think that a lot of content creators, like especially commentary content creators, a lot of those people do actually, in my opinion, have good ideas about games. And I think that's a big reason why people watch them, is because they say things that are, what's the word for it? They say things that are that resonate with other people, because it's not like content creators just like get a, yeah, they're insightful, right? Yeah, it resonates with other people, like, because this person would not be getting 100,000 views regularly on all their videos if they constantly were wrong about everything that they were saying. So I think that the reason why a lot of people watch these creators is because they do represent a large amount of people that are in the community. And I don't think that it's fair to say that, oh, well, everybody that doesn't watch them disagrees. Because like there are people that think like that too. New World forums just hate you. It's something else. Any MMO forum that caters to an audience of people, like, let's be honest, men that are over 30, they're gonna hate all streamers. And like the only streamers that they don't hate are people that don't use a cam that have 200 viewers. That's pretty much about it. Like basically, if you look at like what their opinions are of other streamers that are popular, it's the same thing. And the more popular a streamer is, the more people are going to dislike them on forums like that. Yeah, that's my take on the MMO forums. Is the MMO forums like are primarily, it's older guys that have been gaming since before social media, so they see streaming and stuff like this as like alien or like bad. SNES era gamers? Yeah, which unfortunately is also me. Yeah, I mean, I'm in that age demographic too, but it's just not something that I think. You thought about interviewing some of them, Ezra? No, why would I interview them? They're stupid. Like, why would I not just interview a crackhead on the side of the street? I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of the people that say stuff like that are just morons, right? And they have, like, no substance behind why they think what they think. And ultimately what it comes down to is the reason why they think that is because whenever they grew up, there weren't streamers, and they don't like streamers. And they have, like, this weird, like, just not true viewpoint about them. Crackhead actually has wisdom. Yeah, you'd rather interview the crackhead. Okay, let's go back over here. Streamers in the Antichrist? Yeah, I mean, to a lot of the people on those forums there are. I think that they get insecure and angry that streaming isn't the only social media people are shitting on. Social media is cancer. Some takes you slow, some takes you fast. But acting like streaming doesn't have negative effects. Lily? I think that streaming does not necessarily have a negative effect on people in any sort of a unique way. I think that streaming highlights existing mental illnesses and different mental problems that people have. To blame Twitter or something like this for the reason why you have problems is unfair. Social media is a tool, right? I mean, like a hammer is a tool. You can use a hammer to hit somebody with it, or you can hammer in a nail and build a house. It's not the hammer's fault, it's the person who's using it. Social media has power to mislead a huge audience of people. Yeah, but it also has power to lead a huge audience of people in the right direction too. Like, anything that you say can easily be made in the opposite argument. Disagree? Okay, so do you think all the GoFundMes for, like, people with, like, their dog has cancer, or their, like a family member has cancer, and this is clearly not aiding people in a good direction? Like, I feel like this is just like, it's such a transparently wrong argument. Okay, let's kill this one. I hate killing this fucking thing. Yeah, I think social media definitely there are negatives to it, and I think that especially with like young kids, I think it can be definitely more complex, but I don't think that it's as simple as social media is bad. I don't think that's the case at all. Do not agree with that. Social media helped pay for my mother's funeral. Yeah, exactly. And like, there's a lot of positive things social media can do. There's a lot of negative things it can do. It's the same with a lot of stuff. So it's a tool, not a platform, we use for good or bad, but it has a lot of power. It definitely does. Social media is very powerful, and it will only continue to become more powerful. And you're saying the group of these streams are molded for, is that easily swayed young ass group, because that's where the money is, the bottom line, no matter what? Well, that's not even true. Like, who do you think has more money, a 15-year-old or a 35-year-old? Like, just use any degree of logic. Nowadays, a 15? No, it's not. Like, oh my God. Okay, this is no longer. Are we gonna have these kind of conversations? Are we gonna do this? Because if we're gonna do this, we'll just talk about something else. Yeah. I'm playing Dark Souls. It's an amazing fucking game. It's probably one of the best games ever made. I think so. Long-term advertising goal is to indoctrinate consumers early on so they stay with the product as they get older and get more money. I think that's true with certain things, but not others. Like, it's true with something like fast food, but it's not true with something like Fisher Price. Or like a toy review channel. Like a toy review channel, the goal with a toy review channel is not really to keep people engaged as they get older. It's to appeal to a specific demographic of young kids. This person with young kids, screw those toy channels. My boy's always wanting that stuff. Shit, dude, yeah. I guess, yeah, I never even really thought about that, but yeah, that must really fucking suck. You say, yeah, but how many people collect Pokemon cards, Bakugans, and pay for expensive figurines? Basically dolls. Yeah, they basically are dolls, aren't they? I think you're right. Like, you're definitely right to an extent, but I think most people that buy Pokemon cards that are older, if you're talking about like a Mizkif situation, like these people are buying them as an investment. So it's like, it's really no different than buying anything else. It's a collector's item. I think that like in general, like, yeah, it's definitely true that you want to have, you want to have a product that has like as broad of an appeal as possible. Sure. But I think that for streams in general, you will probably, as a streamer gets older, I feel like their audience will also probably get older. So like, for example, I think if you take Sodapoppin 10 years ago and Sodapoppin today, and you took an average of his audience's age, I feel like it's gone up by a lot. And I feel like mine has, everybody's has. No shit, yeah, 100%. So it's like, it's not necessarily about like appealing to young kids or anything like that. And I actually don't think that young kids are like the only people that consume content and like streams and stuff like that. I think that's just a It's just something that people that are into that kind of stuff say. I think the comparison between an object clearly dangerous such as hammer is not the same as social media, which has huge underlying problems with mental health. Well, what's the huge underlying problem with mental health that social media fundamentally has? That, like, the thing, what I'm saying about like a hammer, right, is that, yeah, these are physical properties versus like, theoretical properties. You're right, but these are still fundamentally a list of goods and bads, right? And that's all I'm saying. Yeah, hammer has huge underlying issues with physical health. Yeah, it's just like it's a weird thing to even say that. Like, in my opinion, social media feeds are worse traits as a person, as a society looking for that dopamine hit. I feel like, is that really true? Because you could clearly say that social media gives people and empowers people to do good things together collectively too, and that gives them a dopamine hit as well. So like every positive, every negative thing that you can say, you can reverse it and say the same positive thing. Social media people use it to replace human interaction rather than supplement it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely agree. All useful tools have unforeseen consequences. Social media tool is bad, you have to learn how to deal with it. True. Yeah. Take TikTok or Instagram, for example. People basically learn that nothing but looks matter, and the showing of these looks get them higher social status on these platforms. Young people learning that looks are incredibly important to success. That's true. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's true. It's literally, yeah, somebody said it in chat. It's literally called the halo effect. It's a studied phenomenon that's documented. It's got a term to it and everything. Yeah, that's a reality check, man. It's a black pill, but it's also a reality check. Yeah, beauty is a huge privilege. Manipulate them with algorithms for profit. Oh yeah, social media. That's what I was saying, like different platforms and shit like that. Like, yeah, platforms do stupid shit for sure. I mean, you're not gonna get me to argue that. I mean, I agree with you. That should be legally balanced freedom of speech and dangerous misinformation on social media. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to do that, especially whenever you get down to like the individual level. I feel like holding like news companies and media outlets responsible for spreading disinformation would be probably the first step in my mind. That's what would make sense. It's not like a person can't do it, but like a media outlet just has a much bigger microphone, and so that's where I would start. What the fuck is disinformation? Ooh. I got that little thing. Disinformation is me telling people that that Lumberjacks token isn't worth anything, so you just might as well send them all to me. Yeah. Here's the thing, it should be done. Facebook adults are absolutely radicalized against vaccinations and such. I'm thinking of like, is that really like, because like, you could say that to anything. So like, how could you make something? The problem is that, here's what the fundamental problem is, right? Is that nobody agrees on what's real anymore. Like back in the day, there used to be like a general understanding, at least to me, I don't know, maybe this is just rose-tinted glasses, but like, people are no longer living in truth, they're living in their own truth. And so they have their own list of facts and their own handful of doctors that they listen to, and all of the people that are disagreeing with whatever vaccine thing they have is These people are MDs as well, but there's only 5 of them, and there's 50,000 that say it's okay. But the point is that it's very hard to deal with a problem like that. And I think that the biggest issue, like what it fundamentally comes into, is that the society has like no real objective basis for truth. Like there's never a point where like everybody just kind of gets together and agrees, okay, this is bullshit, or okay, this isn't bullshit. And there's no agreed upon set of criteria to determine and differentiate bullshit from not bullshit. What, are you playing New World with all the exploits? I'm not playing New World right now. I'm talking with chat. Yeah, that's why. Pretty simple. Scientific studies and research, yeah. But the problem is like a lot of like just year after year, and the problem is like scientific studies are sometimes manipulated, right? Because you've had, like, there were tobacco companies that, for example, would put out studies, you know, I'm air quoting here, you guys can't see me on camera, but I'm air quoting, studies that show that tobacco does not damage your lungs and things like this. This is very common. So it's like, it's not just about studies, it's about the, like a body of, like a non-governmental body that can objectively determine whether things are true or not. Who's funding the studies and for what reason? Well, nobody asked that question. So if a research is bad because someone faked one years ago? If I read another dumb comment from you, you're getting banned. Yep, you're getting banned. You're done. Yeah, you get one misunderstanding on that level that's aggro like that, and then you're yeeted and deleted, man. I don't want to read that stupid shit. I would say we lack trust in the government. Yeah, but I mean, like, America wouldn't exist if we trusted the government, you know? I don't think that's the fundamental issue. It's a big part of it, but it's not the fundamental issue. People trust government too much nowadays? No, it's not like any... The thing is that it's really hard to have conversations about this stuff, especially with a lot of people, because people often take the... most people live in their truth, right? So you have people that, you know, I'm talking about this issue, and then people are just kind of giving examples of things that aren't true, but these are one-sided examples. I might as well mine these while I'm here. Fuck. The moment I went to take a drink, too. Some scientific research find an article on any side of the argument that exists. True. More than half of it isn't done correctly either, and you find massive flaws in experimentation. Yeah, and like Moose, like that's a really good point, and I'm glad you bring that up, because like my dad, like I think I probably told you guys this before, but my dad like literally used to, like he has a degree in like experimental psychology or something like that, right? Where he would like run tests on things, and he also used to be a college professor for experimental psychology and also for statistics. So he knows a lot about this shit. And like he raised me, and you know, like just throughout the process of me spending time with him, he told me a lot of these types of like errors in experimentation. and different ways that things are misrepresented. How was he poor then? He wasn't poor. He was an executive at a very large publishing company. My mom was poor, not my dad. I asked a vaccine question, get your opinion on something. I got timed out for 10 minutes. Am I not allowed to ask vaccine questions? No, you're not. I don't want to talk about it. Nobody here's a doctor, and neither are you. I timed you out myself. You just have a test and how you measure for it's very important. Can also lead to false positives. Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, I mean, yes. just yes, just true and real. Okay. Yeah. Where'd you go? Your gold? Simpson game traded? No, it's not Simps. It was one Simp. And he gave me 75k because he was quitting the game. I'll take it, man. Oh, here's a psychologist either. Yeah, but there are certain things that are more readily accessible to like an average person versus other things, right? So like in order to like understand like complex like diseases and things like that and how they should be treated, you have to have a lot more what's the word for it, like just structural knowledge. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, you can't just go into it without knowing anything. Like to a certain degree, like all of the conversations with like the psychology, like there's all of it in many ways dovetails into philosophy, which you can get a degree in if you want to work at Starbucks, but many people don't do that. He's gonna die, be fine. Do you think social media gives too loud of a voice to stupid people? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does. Like, I don't know what to do about that. I'm gonna probably log on to Final Fantasy after I finish this run. Everyone has a different opinion on who's stupid, though. You're right, but I feel like 85% of people agree on a lot of the fucking criteria, though. Like Flat Earth, that's a dumb one. You know, like there's a few other ones that are just like kind of, you know, like instant fucking, alright, instant disqualifiers. Hollow Earth, reptilian overlords, I don't know, there's like a lot of other ones. JFK assassination, not dumb though, right? Oh, what are you gonna give me? Like, I don't want to go through every single conspiracy theory and assume and like tell you guys if I think it's real or not. I think JFK assassination has a lot more loose ends, and it's a lot more gray than Flat Earth. You know? That's all I'm saying. There's a lot more loose ends with that. I mean, in general, a false representation of how America really is. That's why Channel 5 is so popular. It paints a real picture. Well, Channel 5 doesn't paint a real picture either, right? I mean, nothing can, because it's just... it's like you can't take something that's like a... it's like, imagine it's like a... I don't know, like, really how I could, like, entirely... Yeah, like, think of, like, Game of Thrones, right? There is no screenshot in Game of Thrones, like, screen capture, that individual screen capture can explain the entire show. It can explain a good part of it, right? You know, it's medieval, it's about, you know, different things. Like, even if you knew like all the context behind a picture, you couldn't really understand it. But like you're comparing like Channel 5. I think the reason why Channel 5 is good is you're right fundamentally, but I feel like that's not necessarily because the people in there are representative of the whole population. It's more interesting because they exist in the first place. On the month of Riot, essentially this month, release of Arcane. So what do I think about Riot actually doing their job and making good products? I think it's great. I really do. I wish other companies would do that. Not any specific, but you know, just other companies would be nice. Maybe they did, they made this stuff good, something like that, you know. Would be nice. You and OTK do something about the OTK YouTube channel. It's so dead, and you know yourself how big YouTube is. I mean, like, we're bringing out the videos pretty regularly. Rich and I might also have a series that we're gonna put on there, but I don't really know yet. It just depends. Posing this question a lot. I haven't touched New World for a while. How's it feeling? Are you enjoying Endgame? It's worse than it was on release. Well, actually, no, they fixed chest. That's right, they fixed chest. That's actually not true. No, they fixed the chest, so now it's not worse than it was on release. So that's not true. It's about the same. Well, they say Chompy drops good gear. Yeah, I watched a YouTube video on that. Yeah, the next time Blizzard's gonna be on Netflix is a true crime documentary about Bobby Kotick. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Oh man, I wouldn't be surprised. The Kotick. Listen, I think that they're probably gonna. My opinion on this is that if the stock keeps going down, Bobby is out. If the stock doesn't keep going down, Bobby is not out. I don't think any of these companies like Sony and these other companies will turn down like a new Call of Duty release, because it's so big and it makes them so much money. Like, I just couldn't imagine it happening. Like, I know that like they said that they would do that, but as I said before, talk is cheap. It could happen. I just don't think it will. Holy fuck, man. Like, okay, there we go. Active stock's doing fine. Look at the long-term trend over 10 plus years. Yeah, but I mean, like, I wouldn't really look at it that far. Whole scandal is more identified with Blizzard games rather than Activision games, even though they're the same company. Well, you're right, because people hate Blizzard and not Activision. Do you think some of the AAA companies should just fail and close down and the rest of them learn not to be so greedy? Well, I think that really it's not about being greedy or not being greedy, it's about how greedy you're being. So it's not that they shouldn't be greedy, it's that they need to be a certain amount of greedy to not have people pop off and freak out. Consumers should just be more aware. I just don't ever think that like consumers are gonna be, you know, they're gonna hold these companies accountable, man. I don't see it happening. I really don't. Like, the thing is, like I said this before, any gaming scandal, no matter how big, how gratuitous, how grotesque, how awful, how terrible, how mean, how disgusting, every single gaming scandal and gaming boycott is one 3-minute cinematic from being over. That's all there is to it. Say this, but yet are you set to WoW without the cinematic too? Yeah, but like, I mean, I don't really think that I would use me as a good, as a good barometer of the average player, right? I mean, a guy that spent 30,000 hours playing the game for like 15 years and, you know, like made a job effectively out of playing the game. Like, that's not really a very good sample size. I can understand why some people just want to stay away from the drama and enjoy their game. There are a lot of people who, you're absolutely right, like they don't want to deal with any drama, they don't care what's happening in the company, and it doesn't really matter to them. All they want to do is just play the game and not have to worry about it. That's all there is to it. What's your opinion on streamers advocating inequality in the world place surrounding Blizzard, but still playing WoW? Do you think it shows that they value their own personal profit streaming the game over boycotting the game? Absolutely. So, like, so you're saying that? Do you think that streamers care more about making a living than boycotting Blizzard? Absolutely, they do. It's the same as ever. So, by that logic, how many people that work at Blizzard do you think actually agree and like Bobby Kotick? I would say probably like the 3 people that that probably sued him and got a settlement from him. That's about it. Nobody probably likes Bobby Kotick at Blizzard. And I think most people actively dislike him. But they all show up to work and they all do that. Why is that? Because at the end of the day, they've got bills to feed, fucking bills to pay, mouths to feed, and there ain't nothing in this world for free. And that's all there is to it. Yeah, I have verbal dyslexia. It happens a lot. You see what I'm saying? So, like, everybody who works at a company like that, to some degree, like, people are willing to protest something if it's not terribly inconvenient. But if the inconvenience is, I don't get to pay rent, then no, they're not going to protest it. It's naive to expect that. Yeah, there's a line. Do you think what Preach did is the right course of action? I don't think there is a right course of action. I think that people have to do what's right for themselves. It's just the way people are. Well, it's just the way anybody would be. I mean, like, the thing is, every single one of us, let's go ahead and we want to talk about hypocrisy here. Every single one of us is acting as a marketing metric and making Amazon money. Amazon, the company who has edged out hundreds of thousands of people that work in small town businesses. Amazon, the company that forces its employees to work extremely overbearing hours. Amazon, the company that actively runs ads and astroturfs social media to prevent unionizing of its employees. Amazon, the company that has people pissing in bottles so they can deliver a pair of underwear by the time it's 3 p.m. to Prime users. Amazon is an extremely immoral company in many ways. But we're all here on the platform right now making Amazon money. And before you say neighbor's Wi-Fi, ad block on, never sub, never donated, it doesn't matter. because they're still counting you as a user. You're still being counted as a user. So every single person, to some degree, is engaging in a certain degree of hypocrisy if you disagree with what Amazon is doing. And in my opinion, I think that it would be even worse than streamers not playing or playing Blizzard games, because you don't need to watch Twitch to earn a living, right? You're doing it purely for entertainment. So the cost of boycotting it would be much smaller to you, but you don't do it because it's not convenient or you don't feel like it. So I think that it's important to keep everything in the context and not get naive with expectations. Wouldn't even change anything. Yeah, and I think that's the way that a lot of people feel. Amazon problems are so regional, dude. It isn't bad working for them. Well, so are the Blizzard problems. I mean, there's no real problems at Blizzard at many offices, I'm sure. It's really just Bobby Kotick. I mean, that's only one region too, isn't it? I mean, yeah. And like, again, I'm not saying that you're a bad person for that or anything. I'm just saying that people are victims of their circumstances, and to a certain degree you can criticize people, and to a certain degree you can't. But I think that everybody engages in that to a certain degree. You reminded me of the dev that said your biggest concern regarding what's happening at Blizzard is not getting your game on time. You're part of the problem. Well, that was really stupid, and I'm surprised that the dev said that. I mean, like, that was dumb that he said that, but I mean, like, what like, the guy's got like his friends who probably are, I don't know, it's like, a lot of stuff makes sense whenever you understand that people are like personally and emotionally invested in it, even if it doesn't really make sense objectively, because they're biased, basically. I guess I'll get these again. I feel like maybe it's doubling down on a bad opinion. I mean, like, sometimes, sure. Like, I don't know, it depends. That's on Fable 4. I haven't really looked a lot into Fable 4, to be honest with you. Mandate these nuts, there it is. Did you finish engineering and weaponsmithing? I missed the stream. Yeah. Yeah, I got it, man. What do chest runs provide? Content. That's about it. I'll probably get on Final Fantasy after this and fuck around on there for a while too. Should take on pretzels. I'm not really a big fan of pretzels. They're okay, but like a lot of like hard food I'm not really a big fan of because of my teeth. So it's like not even really the food, it's like kind of just like my own situation. What keeps you playing this game? Misplaced hope. That's pretty much it. Okay, let me go ahead and vendor some of this stuff. Damn, this shit sucks. I guess I might as well hold on to this. Probably ain't worth shit though. We're gonna try 9.2? Yeah, of course I'll try the new WoW patch. Why wouldn't I? Sure. I just hope that it's fun. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's weird to think it's Thanksgiving, honestly. They believe in the holiday of Thanksgiving? Well, I love Thanksgiving. It used to be my favorite holiday. Like, I hope one day it will be again. I guess, like, with all this stuff with, like, my mom, I haven't really, like, looked forward to Thanksgiving this year at all. But, it's really, it's always been my favorite holiday. But, it's just whatever. I guess that's probably why I'm streaming right now, is just to distract myself. You gonna spend it with friends? Yeah, I spent it with a number of friends today, and I hung out with them. It was great. I was really happy to be able to do that and everything. It was definitely good. Saw a tweet? Yeah. Any plans for further play TBC? Not really. I just feel like the game's boring to watch. TBC, I thought I would play it more, but I just have had so many other things come up and happen that that plan kind of changed a little bit. 9.2 is gonna feel so good, to be honest. I don't know about that, man. We'll have to see. I wouldn't bet on it right now. Game's been data mined, the fun's been completely extracted from the experience. No, I think the game can still be fun if there's data mining, it's okay. But if they data mine something stupid, like they made a side character the Arbiter, just for example, hypothetically, then I think people would be pissed off. No, I think that's really what it is. Like, people are not mad about data mining, they're mad about what's being data mined. So yeah, I mean, like, the story in WoW is just completely gone off the rails. It's just, totally fucking, like, I don't, it's just, it's so ridiculous. Because about the Arbiter when it has no story in the first place? Yeah, but like, isn't that a problem in itself? I don't know. I mean, I just think they need to go back to telling personal stories and like telling stories that are good. I don't know really what to say. Yeah, it's just like, I think the game needs like a nuclear bomb. And like also the problem is that like now, since Blizzard's had like so many of these like PR scandals and everything that Blizzard does will be viewed through the lens of every single like narrative choice they make, every single thing that they do will be viewed through the lens of they're only doing this because of some bullshit, right? And there's never going to be a point where like Blizzard can add in a character, like let's say they add in like a gay character, or they add in like a black character or something like that, or a woman character in like like an important role. There's never going to be a point where this is going to happen, and people are not going to assume that it's not for some sort of like SJW or like pandering reason because of everything that's happened with Blizzard. So it's just, I feel like it kind of did poison a lot of people's perspective of the narrative, but I don't know how true that's going to be. Screw Blizzard did a good job, I'd be happy. It's when they do the same thing that they always do, that we know they're full of crap. Well, no, I'm saying like, I know there's a lot of you guys that probably are like, most people are probably like, I don't really give a fuck, I just want to play the fucking game, right? And like, that's the way I think most people feel. Like, most people don't really give a shit, they just want to play the game, and if they can do that, everything is fine. It's literally that simple to them. No ifs, ands, or buts. They just want to play the game, they don't care about the gender of characters, the sexuality of them. This is just like, they don't even know what it is to begin with. They don't even care. So, it doesn't matter to them at all. It's their fault for them putting themselves in a position. I didn't say it wasn't. I just said that this is what's happening. I'm not saying, oh, Blizzard can't get out of this and they're so, you know, they're victims because the community is just stupid or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is simply what's happened. Things like that out either though, 100% reason people are upset, state of mind why I had made a big deal. Well, I think people would have made it a big deal regardless, but the point is that I think people are going to be extremely, extremely sensitive to that kind of stuff in the future. That's my expectation. Who knows how to tell stories? Aren't you excited about one of the biggest baddies in the next expansion? It will be revealed that everything that happened with the jail was actually his plan all along. I am so exhausted with Blizzard trying to tell a story that's too big for their own brain. It's just, it's exhausting, man. This is smaller stories. I don't think that it's a... Legion was the biggest story that we've ever had. Like, it's probably in a way bigger than Shadowlands even in terms of scope. But it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not about like Legion or like how big or small the story is. It's about how good or bad the story is. That's what I think. Expect the expansion announcement in November? I don't really know. I haven't thought about it a whole lot. I mean, to me, I'm just going to play it whenever it comes out, and that's about it. I'm not going to worry about it too much more outside of that. Couldn't care less a WoW story if the gameplay's trash. Yeah, that's also an issue. It's like Blizzard made the fatal flaw in Shadowlands of trying to, and like they did this in BFA as well, of like in Legion people liked playing the game because they just liked the gameplay. And then Vial of Blessed Water. What the fuck is a Vial of Blessed Water? Who gives a fuck about that? They like the gameplay, it's not vague at all. Well, they like the way, like, for example, I think that people liked World Quest where you could just go in and AoE everything down in one pull. I think the truth is a lot of people like that gameplay. I think that it made them feel like they had a certain level of like mastery over the content. They felt like really cool because like they felt like their character was really powerful. Like I definitely feel that way. Made doing dailies either made people feel powerful. Yeah, exactly. And then Blizzard was like, well, we don't want you to do that. We want you to spend a long time doing AoE pulls, and we don't want you to make big AoE pulls. Which is like, again, the oh fuck. What I've always said with like that change is that the only reason why they made the AoE cap is because of MDI. There's really no other value that change has other than MDI. Like, there's no other group of players that it affects. There's nothing. It just affects, like, tournament play. Maraudon boosting? I'm talking about, like, retail WoW. I feel like Maraudon boosting isn't really a problem in retail WoW. AoE cap only harms MDI, though, as far as a competition event. Well, it doesn't really harm it, it just changes the way that it plays. Harming it, I think, is... I don't know if I would really make that argument. Why didn't they only implement on tournament realms rather than live? Because you qualify for the tournament realms by how you play on live servers, so it would be weird. I don't know, man. Like, in my opinion, I think that, like, here's the real honest to God truth. MDI is fucking irrelevant. Nobody watches it, nobody cares anymore. So the fact that a 5K viewer event is wagging, it's like a tail wagging the dog, and it's like this 5K viewer event is what's causing Blizzard to change the way that the entire game works. I find this very disagreeable. It had 16K last event. MDI had 16,000 viewers the last time it was on. The finals? Oh. I mean, I'll be honest, like, that's better than 5K, right? But I mean, like, actual bots? No, it probably wasn't bots. Like, it could have been, but I don't really think that for sure it was. I mean, there are people that care, for sure. Great Push had almost 30K. Yeah, it was a really short event. Yeah, it's like the finals of the event are good, but I think like the playoffs in a lot of the games, I remember seeing it at like, you know, 5 to 8K and shit, man. Like, yeah, I don't know where you're getting all these big numbers from. Problem with MDI is we can only see the same teams, no variety at all. They create meta teams. True. You know, talking about finals viewers, and who actually plays the game to talk trash. Well, you don't have to. The thing is, like, a lot of people don't play WoW right now is because they're not happy with the way the game is. It's pretty simple, right? I mean, I don't think there's a lot of complication there. It's like, of course, people are talking trash in a game they're not playing. That's why they're not playing it. I feel like most people that are saying negative things about WoW, however, are experienced with the game. It's not like they've never played WoW before. It's just there's a reason why they're not playing it right now. Hold these over. Haven't really gotten anything that good. Shit. I think people trash talk and don't play WoW, but they trash talk and still play New World. Because they have hope for New World and not for WoW. Pretty simple. Okay, let's see what I can craft. In a top end for high-end rating, Mythic Plus is fun. Casuals don't experience that. Yeah, well then who cares? Like, I mean, the thing is that I'm sure that most games have like a high-end type of play that's enjoyable. But the problem is that like that high-end type of play being enjoyable is nice, but whenever it's not accessible, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Those shop stalls are pretty cool. Yeah, I like how the towns level up. I think it's really cool. I like it a lot. Okay. What am I gonna do? Stone cutting. That's right. You gonna play Lost Ark? Yes. Get the tanning set? I probably should. Okay. See if we make a bonus. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright. Fuck you. Sounds good. No problem. High-end gameplay being good and accessible to everyone else. Yeah, it's like, the thing is, you're right. Like, for example, like Wrath of the Lich King. Like, Wrath of the Lich King, like, high-end Wrath gameplay was really cool. Right? Like, high-end arenas were badass. High-end... Like, I didn't do, like, I mean, I'm not talking about, like, I did, like, 24, 2,500. And, like, we queued into, like, 26, 2,700 teams. But, like, I wasn't, like, rank 1 in Wrath. But, like, I was playing against people that were, like, multi-glad and sometimes rank 1s. And, like, that was fun. So was raiding. Raiding was really fun in Wrath, too. But the difference is that running Nax with the boys was also fun. And, you know, hitting up a BG was also fun. You can't have the content that 1% of the player base engages with be fun, and then expect that 1% of the player base to convince the other 99 that the game is good. It doesn't work that way. I feel like there's too much CC in retail. It was really bad for a while, and now it's not as bad. That's what I would say. It's not as bad.